Hey guys! So in today's video, I'm going to show you two different ways to do ombres using dip powder. Here's what you'll need for the first method. This method I am calling the gel method. And then here's what you'll need for the second method. This method I am calling the smudge method, and these methods will make sense once we actually get into the tutorial. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first method that I'm going to show you how to do is the gel method. The first thing that I'm doing is I'm just going to apply a nude polish onto my nail. You don't have to do this, you can use a nude dip powder if you want. I am just choosing to use a nude gel color. I applied 2 coats and cured in between, and now I'm taking a lint free wipe and some rubbing alcohol, and I'm just taking the sticky inhibition layer off. And I am doing that because now I am going in with my gel base coat and I'm applying a layer of this to the entire nail and then curing for 30 seconds. Now I'm going to go in with my color. I'm going to be using black to black today, and I'm just going to be doing a dipping method, going slowly further up the nail as I dip, and then going back and forth between the tip and then the, I guess, base of the nail. And the more that you focus it towards the tip, the darker it's going to be. Now when you do this method, you want to make sure that you do not remove the sticky layer off of the nail. You want that sticky layer on there so that the powder will stick and stay. Once I'm generally happy with it, I'm now going to go in with my gel top coat, and I'm going to apply that over top of the entire nail. Now, as you can see, there is a bit of a harsh line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just massage the brush of my top coat brush into that line so that it smooths it out and creates more of a ombre effect. And of course, the more that you fiddle with it, the more smudged and ombre it's going to become. Now, this method is meant for darker colors. You can't use this method with lighter colors, hence why I'm now going to show you guys what to do if you want to do lighter colors like white. For the second method, I am going to use pure white and petal dust, pure white being my base color because it is the lighter color. When you do these methods, you want to make sure that you are applying the lighter color first as your base and then the darker color on top. Now, before you apply anything to your nails, you want to make sure that you prep your nails beforehand. I have a video on how I prep my nails and how I apply and prep my nail tips and how I apply dip powder. So if you want to see those, they will all be linked down below. You want to make sure you do all of that first before applying anything. Of course, when I'm doing this, I'm just immediately going in and applying it, but just make sure you prep your nails and whatnot before you do this. So because I'm just doing this on a swatch nail, I'm going to go in with my base and I'm just going to apply that to the entire nail and then dip my nail into my white. And then I'm just going to repeat that process and apply a second coat. Then I'm going to go in with a small fluffy makeup brush and I'm going to dip that into petal dust and start smudging it onto the nail. Now, depending on what is your lighter color is going to depend on where you have to smudge it. So because I want to do a white ombre or a baby boomer, whatever you want to call it, I have to apply the pink to the cuticle area portion of the nail. And I'm just going to continue to smudge it, focusing more around the cuticle and then gently bringing it down the nail to create that ombre effect. Once I'm happy with it, I'm going to apply my clear dip powder over top of this. You want to make sure that you clear coat this because when you start filing, you don't want to file down the color and possibly remove what you just did. So make sure you apply a layer of clear over top of the nail to prevent filing through and removing your color. Next, I'm going to go in with my activator and apply that to the whole nail to make sure it is cured and set in place. Once the nail is cured and hardened, I am going to go in and file and shape the nail to my liking. Once I am happy with it, I'm going to apply my top coat and we are all done. Now, out of curiosity, I decided that I wanted to see if I could do both of these methods using acrylic powder and using fine and chunky glitter dip powder. So I tried the gel and smudge method using the acrylic powder first. Now, the bright neon pink is with the gel and it worked out pretty well. However, that dark blue, I couldn't get that to turn out the way that I wanted to. It looks good on camera, but in person, it really didn't look good at all. And I actually ended up trying the smudging method using that darker color, and it seemed to work a little bit better. Now that light color that's in the middle, I did that using the smudging method, and you couldn't really see it, and I think it has something to do with the base color that I used. I think the base color that I used was too light, so I needed to use something that was a little bit darker. Now for the glitters, I actually used the gel method. For the fine glitter, that method worked perfectly, especially with using the top coat to kind of move it around. With the chunky glitter, however, I find that it didn't really work. So what I did instead was, instead of using the base coat, I used my top coat and I didn't cure it. I left it wet and I dipped the nail, just the end of the nail, a little bit into the chunky glitter, and then used a mixture of sort of pouring some of the glitter, more of the smaller pieces of glitter, and then using my dotting tool that had a little bit of top coat on the end of it to kind of sporadically place bigger pieces and smaller pieces and whatnot to get the ombre effect. But anyway, that is 2 ways to do ombre using dip powder. If you guys want me to make a video on how I applied that chunkier glitter, let me know, because I know explaining it probably doesn't make a lot of sense, whereas seeing it would definitely make a lot more sense. But anywho, if you guys like this video, consider hitting that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you guys get notified as new videos that I upload. If it even works, and if it doesn't work, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where I not only update you guys as new videos that I upload, but that's also where I share my works that you guys normally wouldn't see here in these videos. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!